Connor Lay, if you want to make your way down to the microphone.
Just to let you know, Laura FM is also here, but she's like, I think there's like that long line outside. She's trying to get through, like they're rushing her to the front because it's Public Works, but just let you know, she is here too. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm here again for the permits. We're getting into the Christmas season, and they're going to have another event on Saturday for their holiday lighting. But I just need to remind you that they have never abided by not one permit ever at all. Even the ones that are on their property or LADBS, they haven't applied for a permit, from what I understand, since 2022. We've discussed the human trafficking. We've discussed the unfair wages. We've discussed safety issues. We've discussed all kinds of non-compliance issues. And yet the city still continues to give them permits. Anybody else, like if it was me, you'd be like, sorry, you've had your chance. You keep blowing it. You've never once abided by anything. So there's enough. That's enough. You're not going to get any more until you prove that you are compliant. And we're asking for the same thing. Everyone should be judged accordingly. Nobody should be getting permits when it's a complete never compliant ever. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next general public comment is Laura.
Is she okay? Yes. Whew, nick of time. She made it.
Board. So I noticed that we keep asking on the minutes and all that to please represent it, and I realize maybe you can't factually do that or change that specifically how we want, but it did state that if we have an issue about possibly bringing up the revocation of the art permit, that we're allowed to talk about that in public comment. So my request on this today, coming all the way, rushing here to get here, is to please bring up on the board the revocation of L. Ron Hubbard permit. They're not paying insurance, they're violating the permit. They've been for many years now, and that's covered up by Kendrick Moxon. But here today, I'm specifically asking that that be put on the next topic, on the next issue, as something to be discussed about, because I've already gone and did a survey in the neighborhood. Everybody's on it. They want that all turned back to North Bermuda.
Great job.
Thank you very much, Mr. Neck. Do you have any
Got here just in time.
General public comment?
We have three virtual attendees who indicated they wish not for public comment. We have a number of answers, with 5 answers, but we'll go through the ones who have already indicated that comment. Yvonne, we'll start with you, followed by Children's Voices Matter. Go ahead.
Thank you. Permit number 1811-2025, work order 21582 is for the 15th, that's this weekend, and after they have the IAS meeting, where they will let their members out of more money and remove that money from our economy locally, they will immediately start tearing down the large monkeys, events, and the cultural of that event. This event will be blocked by no fire lanes, no reasonable access for emergency vehicles, and the breaking it down will keep the neighborhood awake until the sun comes up. The backing up of the vehicles, beep, 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 will just destroy the heck out of it.
Great job, Yvonne.
Children's Voices Matter, followed by
Yes,
Catherine.
so she's here.
Go.
Greetings all, thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm going to paraphrase one quote by Elron Hubbard. He believed that a 7-year-old girl should never shudder with a grown man kissing her on the lips because she remembered sexual history from her past lives. And also, I have a question about Elron Hubbard Way being named after a man who was not honest about his veteran's service, as I am a veteran. And isn't there an ethical conflict on allowing a man who had various crimes in his past have a street named after him? My other thing I want to bring up here is a policy letter dated 4 January and that's regarding the Scientology organizations. And I propose
Great job, children's voices.
Kathleen Whitaker, with the other answer is Georgina, if you would like to offer general public comments this morning.
Yes, please, and I'm on agenda,
Which item?
minutes.
Thank you, go ahead.
I'm calling about the Elron Hubbard, Way revocable permit. Why do we have a street named after a cult leader? And Children's Voices Matter brought up a good point about him having served military service, and he hasn't followed the code of ethics. Is shameful to our country, say shameful to the service of veterans everywhere. That street should be open for parking, that street is public access route, we cannot let them continue to steal that street from this city. Thank you, I have my time.
Great job, Antics.
G, would you like to offer general public comments this morning?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to echo what Laura was saying. I would like to today formally ask you to add to the agenda a revocable permit at Elron Way. You guys need to look into this. Every time they have rules set in front of them, they always find a way to break at least one of those rules. They've never, to my knowledge, had a permit where they follow what they're supposed to do. They need to be treated just like any other person or entity in this city. It's unfair that they get treated like they're above everyone. They get special treatment. Please look into the revocable permit and please revoke it. And please stop giving them permits and change the road back to North Miranda. Thank you.
We'll start with in-person speakers. I'll get a letter.
Good morning again. I'm going to start first with the minutes. It's the same, I guess, thing over and over again. What they say, repetition's the mother of, and I forget what. Anyway, the meeting. So here with the minutes, okay, we're not only getting to talk about Scientology, and it's the same thing we've been coming here for well over a year now, but you also have people calling in because they're very passionate about our canopy and our trees and everything. So, but the minutes aren't going to reflect that. It's going to reflect your vote on number 3, right? But it's not going to reflect how people are, calling in about these issues. And my hope is that, and I know that the time has been limited for how much people can talk, and I hope that changes, because my hope is, and I'm going to kind of go into the next one I want to talk about, is the NC input. I really hope that you guys find a way. There's a disconnect, and I think it's because there's just not enough time for NCs to be able to get it on their agenda for their meetings, because they have to approve something as a board before they can come and take a position on it. And so I think it's easier for them with the city council because it goes through committee and they can kind of have time. So I'm wondering if there's a way that the city can, because I really think that we're not hearing from our NCs, and I think our NC system needs to be further supported, and they have all these issues have to deal with all the different communities, and whether it's Scientology in East Hollywood or Central Hollywood or the trees everywhere, and I would like you guys to court them more and try to find a way where we are hearing from them, because I always hear, so many times Barbara comments, it goes, I'm with this neighborhood council, but I have to speak as an individual because we didn't have a chance to go through the meeting. So I just hope that can be readjusted, and that you give them time, and that you do, get people, because I know I never really understood public works, but coming here for something that I'm passionate about, I'm learning about public works, and how you have like the cube and all these different things that you're doing to get an education. The best education is just coming to these meetings and learning about what's going on in this city. You got this.
I'll be quick. It's just again on the minutes. If we can have some documentation, again, like today, I want to revoke the permit for Elron Hubbard. So it should state it has been, presented to the board that we would like to bring that up, and there should be a vote. This should be talked about. So again, if we can just have these statements, not the whole long story or whole explanation, but just something that says, for example, let's revoke the L. Ron Hubbard R permit on North Miranda Street. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you very much. We can now transition to a virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kane. We'll start with Yvonne. You indicated that you wish to offer commentary on two of the agenda items.
Yes, and I would like to make a quick statement about the minutes. It would be very appropriate that the minutes and the topics eventually get on the agenda so that the board can actually make administrative and management changes, make the corrections. If you're not gonna have codes and ordinances, don't have them. If you're gonna have codes and ordinances and permits, and you think you're gonna enforce them, then do it right. Number two, affordable housing. This city has a lot of vacant silhouette buildings. Multiple large investors are just holding on to the property and not utilizing it. They have no intention of opening that for housing development or commercial purposes. It's just empty spaces. This city can unincentivize that by having an increasing scale of taxes. If your building is empty for 6 months, we're gonna charge you an extra $5,000. If it's a year, it goes up to $10,000. Eventually, the price will be prohibitive to hold empty buildings as investments only. Number four, the landfill upgrade. Someone may be interested in knowing that if you allow more chickens in the suburbs, you would have less food scraps going to the dump. And if you actually had 3 chickens per household in the suburbs area, you would cut 80% of your food waste dump. Finally, the last oral report, please have the oral reports outlined and some documents, knowing what the trust fund is and having those things done in writing would be helpful to the public and no doubt to you also. Thank you.
Great job, Yvonne. I love the chicken idea.
We'll close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with the approval of minutes for Wednesday, October 29th, 2000.
I had my hand raised and asked to speak.
Apologies for the interruption, President Kane. There are people who have raised their hand, and there is someone who indicated they wish to offer single item commentary on the minutes. I apologize for not calling out for you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Drew. Yes,
Thank you, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've been forgotten before and I really wanted to happen yet again. You have access to Grandkiss, which is what South Orlando uses. I understand there's complications involved with trying to make a summation of what the public speakers are saying. You don't want to accidentally put words in people's mouths, and you don't want to accidentally misinterpret what they're saying. But what you can do is use Grandkiss, which is available to you, which is what Sacramento uses. You can put a link in the minutes indicating where in the video. Your video, by the way, on YouTube doesn't have proper titles. Last Wednesday doesn't have public comments included in it. You need to address your issues, task your tech department efficiently. Thank you. I yield back.
Great job. Antics, great job.